So don't buy the stuff from mom and dad and get reimbursed and hope that you get a nice caseworker on a good day who lets you get away with it. Instead, make mom and dad spend their own money. That's rule number one. Rule number two, what if mom and dad just won't spend their money? And so as a consequence, they have heat exhaustion in the summertime because they won't buy the air conditioning, and they freeze to death or freeze to whatever in the not quite death, because that would solve matters, but they're freezingly uncomfortable in the wintertime. And you say, okay, mom and dad aren't gonna spend their own money. They just, okay, fine. Then what you can do is get a promissory note from mom and dad and say, look, I will buy the stuff for you, but I won't give it to you. All right, we got to have this paperwork here so that when you need long-term care, right, instead of giving all the money to the nursing home, you can pay back, you can pay me back, the good kid who was there for you. Right. So that's one thing that you can do. Now, what if mom and dad, that's if they have money. What if they have no money at all? They have a house, but no money at all. This is number two. People frequently, like all the time, they will say, oh, I'll go ahead and do this for mom or dad, and I won't worry about it because there's the house, and I'll get the house when mom and dad have died, or I'll get my share out of the house when mom and dad have died. Well, here's what you're forgetting. You're forgetting, number one, that you have siblings, brothers and sisters, right, who will forget, not give credence to, or otherwise say, you shouldn't get credit or you shouldn't get paid back for the money that you spent on mom and dad. And maybe they won't say it out loud, but they're thinking it. And they're also thinking that you paid the bill. I'm just telling you, you can deny it all you want. But that's what they think. And then the whisper campaign goes on. And now the person who was there, laboring and helping out and everything else, now their name is mud because they took advantage of mom and dad. And it's like, because you fixed up their house, right? And you would kind of like to get something back. What? But that goes on. Okay. So that's one thing. And they won't give you your share back anyway. They won't acknowledge it. Okay. That's a problem. And you're out of luck. So how do you fix that? Now you still got the whisper campaign. You still got the or the or the what. You still have that going on. But at least if you put it in writing, at least you get your money. All right. So that's what we do. You do a promissory note if you're going to loan money to mom and dad so that they can pay you back. And then it's not an issue for the Medicaid. Right. That's number one. But number two, if they have no money, mom and dad have nothing, but they have a house. So what we do is we put a home equity line of credit on the house. And you say, what? Mom and dad would never qualify for a loan. And don't even talk to me about reverse mortgages. Or you can. I'll tell you why they're bad. But forget about the reverse mortgage. But if you got a kid who can write the check, right, then what we do is we have the kid, the child, the good and faithful child, act as the bank. Are you with me on this? So you have the kid act as the bank, and you put a home equity line of credit on the house. As I said earlier, in most states, we're surrounded by states that want to put a Medicaid mortgage on your folks' house. Well, if you're there first with your home equity line of credit that you did for mom and dad, okay, then at the very least, you're going to get paid back. The state is not going to get everything, right? At the very least, you get paid back, and we'll throw an interest rate on there, like 8% or something, okay? So that now when you explain to your spouse, hey, we're not just giving money, mom and dad, we're loaning it to them at 8%, then your spouse is like, well, I don't think we're getting 8% on anything else. And it is secured by a first position on the house. So I guess it's okay to raid little Johnny's college fund, and help out, because at the end of the day, you are getting paid back, and you're getting paid back, and there's interest on it. And when brothers and sisters give you the routine, you've got a piece of paper that mom or dad signed, right, explaining why it was and what happened, and you've got a whole list of the expenses that you that you went through. Now, it does put a little discipline on you to understand what those are, right? And to document them. But at the end of the day, you come away smelling like a rose and financially whole.